IELTS Speaking Part 1. Science. Question 1. Were you good at science when you were in school? Model answer. Band 6 answer. I was reasonably good at science, yes. I always found subjects like biology and chemistry interesting, and I usually got above average grades in those classes. I didn't find the math parts of physics easy, though. Band 7 answer. I would say I excelled in the life sciences, particularly biology, where the concepts came quite naturally to me. I found the experimental aspects engaging and my performance was generally strong across the board, though I sometimes struggled with the abstract calculations in advanced physics. Band 8 answer. I possessed a distinct aptitude for scientific inquiry during my school years. I wasn't just proficient in the subjects, I found them intellectually stimulating. I particularly enjoyed the challenge of deciphering complex processes, and my enthusiasm was consistently reflected in my top-tier academic results. Question 2. What was your favorite scientific subject? Model answer. Band 6 answer. My favorite subject was definitely biology. I enjoyed learning about the human body and how living things work. It felt very relevant and practical to my own life. I found the lessons about plants and animals very fascinating too. Band 7 answer. My favorite subject was organic chemistry. I was fascinated by the way elements interact and transform into complex compounds. It wasn't just memorizing formulas, it was about understanding the mechanisms and structures of the physical world, which I found thoroughly compelling. Band 8 answer. I was most captivated by astrophysics, despite its inherent difficulty. I found the scope of the subject, exploring cosmic phenomena, stellar evolution, and theoretical physics, to be utterly humbling and awe-inspiring. It pushed me to think about the fundamental principles that govern the universe, which was an unmatched intellectual thrill. Question 3. How do you use science in your life now? Model answer. Band 6 answer. I use science mostly for basic things and understanding the news. For example, I understand health information better because of my knowledge of biology. I also use simple scientific thinking to solve daily problems or understand how my electronic devices work. Band 7 answer. I primarily rely on a scientific mindset for making informed daily decisions. This includes evaluating the credibility of health claims or understanding the technological processes behind the apps and devices I use. It's less about formulas and more about critical, evidence-based thinking in my professional and personal life. Band 8 answer. I utilize the principles of scientific methodology almost constantly. In my professional role, I apply data analysis and structured hypothesis testing to solve complex problems. More broadly, I use the scientific approach to sift through misinformation in the media, ensuring my opinions are based on empirical evidence and logical deduction. Question 4. Are science majors common in your country? Model answer. Band 6 answer. Yes, science and engineering majors are very common in Japan. There are many famous companies here that need people with skills in technology and research. So, many students choose to study subjects like computer science and robotics at university. Band 7 answer. Absolutely, fields related to science and technology are highly prevalent and highly valued in Japan. Due to our strong emphasis on innovation in the manufacturing sector, majors like material science, electrical engineering, and biological research attract a substantial portion of university students, reflecting a national priority in technological advancement. Band 8 answer. Science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, STEM, disciplines are not just common, they are cornerstones of the Japanese higher education system. Given the nation's reputation for precision engineering and pioneering robotics, there is intense competition for degrees in fields like nanotechnology and bioinformatics, indicating a strong societal commitment to maintaining our global leadership in technological innovation. IELTS Speaking Part 2. Unusual clothes. Describe a person who you think wears unusual clothes. You should say who this person is, how you knew this person, what his or her clothes are like, and explain why you think his, her clothes are unusual. You have 1 minute to prepare. You have 2 minutes to talk. Band 6 answer. I'd like to talk about a person I saw in Harajuku, Tokyo. He was a street artist who always wore very unusual clothes. I didn't know him personally, but I saw him many times when I went shopping there with my friends. His clothes were very colorful and unique. He wore a bright pink jacket, a hat with feathers, and pants with lots of patches. Sometimes he even painted his shoes with different colors. I think he really enjoyed expressing himself through fashion. I found his clothes unusual because they were very different from what most Japanese people wear. In Japan, people usually dress simply, but he looked like a walking piece of art. Band 7 answer. I want to describe a man I often saw in Harajuku, a famous fashion district in Tokyo. He was a local street artist who became quite popular because of his creative outfits. I didn't know him personally, but I followed him on social media after seeing him several times. His fashion style was really one of a kind. He liked to wear oversized jackets covered with paint marks, colorful accessories, and handmade hats decorated with small toys and badges. Every time I saw him, his outfit was completely different. I think his clothes were unusual because they didn't follow any fashion trend. Instead, they represented his artistic personality and free spirit. While most Japanese people prefer simple and elegant styles, he used fashion as a way to show his creativity. To me, he stood out not only because of his appearance but also because he looked so confident wearing what he loved. That made his style even more inspiring. Band 8 answer. The person I'd like to describe is a street artist I used to see in Harajuku, Tokyo. I never talked to him directly, but I often noticed him performing or painting near Takashita Street. Later, I found out that he's quite well known in the local art scene and even has his own Instagram page where he shares his fashion ideas. His clothes are extremely colorful and artistic. For instance, he often wears a handmade jacket splashed with different shades of paint, layered with accessories like badges, chains, and ribbons. Sometimes, he even wears mismatched shoes or a hat decorated with small origami pieces. Every outfit looks like a moving artwork. What makes his fashion unusual is not just the color or design, but the meaning behind it. He once said online that his style is inspired by the idea of chaos and creativity, which really reflects his artistic philosophy. While most people in Japan prefer minimalist and coordinated fashion, he embraces imperfection and individuality. I think what I admire most is his confidence. He doesn't care about social judgment and seems completely comfortable expressing who he is. Seeing someone like him reminded me that clothes can be more than just fashion, they can also be a form of art and self-expression. IELTS Speaking Part 3. Unusual Clothes. Question 1. Where do people normally buy clothes? Model answer. Band 6 answer. In my country, most people buy clothes in shopping malls or department stores because there are many choices and discounts. Some people also go to night markets or small shops because the price is cheaper. Recently, online shopping has also become very common because it's more convenient and saves time. Band 7 answer. People in my country usually buy clothes from shopping malls, online stores, or fashion boutiques. Shopping malls are popular because people can try on clothes before buying, while online platforms like Shopee or Zara's website are convenient for those who are busy. Online sales and discounts also attract many young customers. Band 8 answer. Nowadays, people buy clothes from a variety of places, including physical stores, online platforms, and even second-hand shops. Traditional stores allow customers to see and feel the fabric, which helps them decide more easily. However, online shopping has gained massive popularity because it offers convenience, a wider range of options, and frequent discounts. Some eco-conscious people even prefer thrift stores to support sustainable fashion. Question 2. What are the difference between men's and women's choices of clothes? Model answer. Band 6 answer. I think women usually care more about style and color. They like trying new fashion trends. Men, on the other hand, care more about comfort and practicality. For example, men may just buy t-shirts and jeans, but women like to match accessories or shoes to look good. Band 7 answer. Generally speaking, women tend to value design, color, and trendiness, while men focus more on comfort and simplicity. For instance, women might spend more time choosing dresses or accessories to match, while men are usually fine with a few basic shirts and pants. However, this is changing as more men start to care about fashion and appearance too. Band 8 answer. Traditionally, women's clothing emphasizes aesthetics, variety, and self-expression, while men's clothing focuses on practicality and comfort. Women are more likely to follow seasonal trends and experiment with colors or styles, whereas men tend to stick with neutral tones and simple designs. That said, gender boundaries in fashion are becoming less rigid. Many young men today enjoy accessorizing and exploring bold fashion choices, influenced by celebrities and social media. Question 3. Do clothes affect people's moods? Model answer. Band 6 answer. Yes, I believe so. When people wear something they like, they feel more confident and happy. For example, if I wear a new dress, I feel more energetic. But if my clothes are too tight or uncomfortable, I will feel annoyed all day. Band 7 answer. Definitely. Clothes can influence how people feel about themselves and how they behave. When someone wears bright or stylish clothes, they may feel more confident and positive. On the contrary, wearing dull or old clothes might make people feel lazy or unmotivated. That's why many people dress up for job interviews or dates, to boost confidence and leave a good impression. Band 8 answer. Absolutely. Clothing can shape not only how others perceive us but also how we perceive ourselves. For instance, wearing professional attire can make someone feel more competent and focused, while casual outfits may help people relax. Psychologists call this the enclothed cognition effect. The idea that what we wear can influence our mindset and behavior. Personally, when I wear bright or well-fitted clothes, I instantly feel more motivated and confident. Question 4. What do people consider when buying clothes? Model answer. Band 6 answer. Most people think about the price first. Then, they check if the clothes fit well and look good on them. Some also think about the brand or quality, especially for important occasions like interviews or weddings. Band 7 answer. Price is usually the first thing people think about, but comfort and quality are also important. For example, young people might choose trendy but affordable clothes, while adults may prefer something durable and classic. In addition, people also consider the brand's reputation and whether the clothes match their personal style. Band 8 answer. People usually consider a combination of factors such as price, comfort, material quality, and brand image. Environmental and ethical concerns are also becoming more important. Many consumers now prefer sustainable brands that use eco-friendly materials or fair trade production. For example, some people choose brands that avoid animal products or promote recycling programs. Ultimately, what people buy reflects not only their fashion taste but also their values and lifestyle.
Congrats on making it to the end of this video, and kudos to you if you did all that practice. You are amazing. If you have any questions, feel free to comment down below. And you can also add my official LINE account that's in the profile. And if you do this, then I can send you a free phrases guide that you can use for your practice. All right, happy studying. See ya.